We're back. This time we're going to brew Australian style. We've got about 1/3 of our brewing system here, and we're going to show you how to brew in a bag. No Australians were harmed in the production of this video. And if I offend any Australians with my fake accent, I apologize. But the Aussies have developed this brew in a bag technique, and a lot of people are excited about it. It took us a while to get excited about it because we never did it. But a lot of our customers have constructed brew in the bag systems with equipment that we build, and so we gave it a try. And what we came up with is a whole brew in a bag system, which is a very streamlined version of our electric brewery. It is a single vessel with a basket, and then we recirculate the wort, and we maintain the temperature with a streamlined version of our electric brewery controller. But it's the third generation with the PID, so it's got the nice probe, it's got precise temperature control, and you can brew a batch of beer in about 3 hours less time than normal. So we're going to demonstrate what's involved. We've got all the water we're going to use for this batch of beer already in the vessel, and it's 8 gallons or so. It's a little over 8 gallons. We have brought it up to temperature. What we do is we just recirculate the wort, pump, and we select the temperature for the heat control. We've got 155 set, and the temperature is going to come back up to 155 in just a moment or so. We want to make our set point 155, 154, something like that. And so when you stir in the grain, it will settle into the target mash temperature of 150. Since we have a lot more water than we normally use, the differential is only about 5 degrees rather than 10, which is typical of our 3-vessel brew. We've got a short temperature probe, and we've installed it in a stainless steel T fitting. And you see we're monitoring the temperature right at the input of the mash tun. And here on the other side of the lid, we've got a little sprinkler head. And in the basket you can see the grain bag. We're up to temp and we're ready to dough in. We're going to stir in the grist. We've got a lot more water than we normally have in a typical brewing operation, so it's going to be a very thin mash. We've added our pH stabilizer, the 5.2 buffer, to help maintain the pH in the 5.2 or around 5.2 range. Since we have a lot more water, it's going to want to raise the pH. We've doughed in and we're recirculating. The temperature controller, the PID, is going to turn the heat on and off to maintain the temperature while the wort is recirculating. If the pump isn't running, you're not going to be measuring an accurate temperature. So it's going to run the whole time, and the pump's manually controlled. What we have here is a streamlined version of the EPC3. It is a single vessel controller with the PID integrated. We still retain the analog power control for boiling, because when you're boiling, you don't want to butts with up down buttons. You want to grab the knob and have instant control. With an electric vessel, you can simply set it on a counter with hot pads underneath, like this. We've been mashing for an hour, and it's time to mash out. We're going to raise the temperature up to 168. We're going to change the set point, hit the button once, up, down, and then just up or down to the set point that you want. 168. That's it. When mashing, it's probably a good idea just to maintain the power mid-range. That way it won't overshoot the temperature so much. When raising the temperature, like at mash out, you may want to go ahead and max the power so it raises the temperature faster. And of course, when you're trying to warm it up to a boil, max power again. But once it reaches a boil, you're going to probably boil close to mid-range, right around there. We've reached mash out temperature. It's time to turn off the pump and lift up the basket to allow the liquid to drain. I went ahead and shut off the heat for just a moment. Lift that up. And you can set it in there cockeyed like so. Be careful or it'll fall back in and go splash. That's We're draining and we're going to crank up the heat to maximum power, bring this up to a boil. The pump is no longer running, so we no longer have an accurate reading of the temperature. That's okay, because boiling is boiling. We have a nice rolling boil here. We want to make sure you put your pellet hops in a bag with an electric kettle, and you want to make sure you tether it to the side of the vessel so that it won't get a chance to wrap around the heating element. We have the power set a little past mid-range. Got very good response here. I'm going to turn it down. See, it pretty much stops, and then I'll turn it back up. And we're boiling again, just like that. Another nice thing about electric breweries is they're very quiet. Except for the bird in the background. Another nice thing about this single vessel brewing system is when you're all done, you can put it all in the vessel like this. Get in there. Put the chiller. Put the pump. Put the controller. Hoses. And put it in the top of your closet.